Welcome once again. We have divided this lesson into so many sessions so that you may not feel boring. And this is the last session of this chapter in the kingdom of fools. So, in the last session, we have seen that the case went back to the merchant. That means, merchant was finally found guilty, and the merchant put the blame on his father, that his father had made that gold, not him. But the king consulted his minister and ruled decisively, means gave a decision. It's true, your father is the true murderer. He is dead, but somebody must be punished in his place. You have inherited means taken, everything from that criminal father of yours, his riches as well as his sins. So the king says that the merchant got everything from his father, his wealth, so he should take his sins also. Sins means pap in Hindi. I knew at once, even when I first set eyes on you, that you were the guilty person. You have committed the crime. So the king says to merchant that when the king saw him for the first time, he understood that the merchant was a guilty person, and he ordered a new stake. Stake is a post with a sharp pointed end used to pierce through something. You can see in the picture a man is there, and just like a bhala you can see some pointed thing is pierced, that is stake, to be made ready for the execution. Execution means killing someone. As the servant sharpened the stake and got it ready for the final impaling. Impaling means piercing, to push a sharp pointed post through something of the criminal. It occurred to the minister that the rich merchant was somehow too thin to be properly executed on the stake. So the minister found that this merchant was very thin, so he could not be pierced with that pointed stake. So that was another problem. Now what to do? What shall we do? He said, when suddenly it struck him that all they needed to do was to find a man fat enough to fit the stake. Now the merchant is saved because he cannot be pierced. He is a thin man. Now someone has to be punished. So now let's search for a fat man who can be pierced. So they went in the town looking for a fat man, and they found a disciple of the Guru who was living there for a long, eating rice, wheat, ghee, banana, etc. And he has now become a fat man. And now the king's soldiers caught him and took to the king. While he was waiting for death, he prayed to his Guru in his heart, asking him to hear his cry wherever he was. Now the disciple was remembering the Guru. The Guru saw everything in a vision. He had magic power. The Guru had magic powers. He saw everything in his vision. He could see far, and he could see the future as he could see the present and the past. He arrived at once to save his disciple, who had got himself into such a scrap. Scrap means a difficult situation that one has got into. So now disciple was in difficult situation. He was to be killed, and he remembered his Guru, and his Guru saw in his vision, and he was going to come back. As soon as he arrived, he scolded the disciple and told him something in a whisper. Whisper means low voice. Then he went to the king and addressed him. Address means spoke to him. O wisest of the king, who is greater, the Guru or the disciple? Of course, the Guru. No doubt about it. Why do you ask? Then put me to the stake first. That means the Guru says to the king that he wants to die, and he should be given a chance to die in place of his disciple. When the disciple heard this, he understood and began to clamor. Clamor means do acting. Me first, you brought me here first, put me to that first, not him. The guru and the disciple now got into a fight about who should go first. The king was puzzled. Puzzled means difficult to decide by his behavior. But he asked the guru, "Why do you want to die? We chose him because we needed a fat man." So now the guru is saying, "Why you are asking such questions? If I am saying I want to die, you just kill me. I want to die." Why? There's some mystery here. Mystery means suspense. As a wise man, you must make me understand. Will you promise to put me to death if I tell you? So Guru says, if you promise to put me to death, then only I will tell you. The king gave him his solemn word. Solemn means promise. The Guru took him aside out of the servant's earshot. Earshot means nothing could be heard. And whispered, speak in a low voice to him, "Do you know why we want to die right now? The two of us? We have been all over the world, but we have never found a city like this or a king like this. And according to the justice, anyone who will die now will become the next future king of this city. That's why we are fighting to die. So whoever dies on it first will be reborn as the king of this country, and whoever goes next will be the future minister of this country. We are sick of our ascetic life." Ascetic means sage life, simple life. "It would be nice to enjoy ourselves as king and minister for a while. Now keep your word, my lord, and put us to death. Me first, remember." So Guru is saying, keep your word. I have told that you had made a promise to me and I should be killed first. The king was now thrown into deep thought. So king was a fool. He was now thinking about it. He didn't want to lose the kingdom to someone else in the next round of life. He needed time. So he ordered the execution postponed. Execution means killing. Postponed, put off for some time to the next day, and talked in secret with his minister. "It's not right for us to give over the kingdom to others in the next life. Let's go on the stake ourselves and we will be reborn as king and minister again." "Holy man, do not tell lies," he said, and the minister agreed. Now the king thought, why to give anyone the chance to become the king in next life? So let's die and become the king in the next life. It didn't take many arguments to persuade, convince, make someone understand the disciple, but it took longer to persuade the Guru. They finally agreed to rule the kingdom of the foolish king and the silly minister on the condition that they could change the old laws. So this is the next part. Before this part happened, the king and his minister, they secretly got into the prison with the cloth of the sage and his disciple, and the next day the king's minister hanged them to the death. That means the king and the minister were killed and the sage and the disciple were saved. Now the sage and the disciple, they want to leave this place. They don't want to live here, but the people of that place, they don't want them to go. They said that you are the wise people, we want you as the king and the minister, so you should stay here. The disciple want to stay there, but the sage did not want to stay. So finally the disciple made the sage agree that he should remain there and they should rule that city. So in this way we come to the end of this chapter. Thank you. Have a nice day.